Coming up on this week's episode, we're back. We had an entire week off last week. Why? Because we got stuck in quicksand. Our legs were consumed. All in this week's episode of...
I'm stuck in the fucking sand!
My name is Fraser.
And my name is Kai.
Did you like the brand new intro there?
I did. Did you like it?
I did. That completely caught me off guard, but that's probably one of the best intros we've had.
Oh, it was good. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We weren't actually stuck in quicksand. I
speak for yourself.
Wasn't. You were stuck in quicksand?
I was. I'm still stuck there now. That's why you can hear the seagulls.
If you want to hire us for voice acting as seagulls, you could just hit us up on our business emails.
Oh, 100%. I would voice a seagull, no problem.
It'd be an easy job.
Yeah, probably would, I think.
Do you know what? I think they use, like, pugs and stuff to, like, voice act in video games and stuff. I wonder if anyone's used a seagull to ever, like, voice act something.
Maybe. It wouldn't surprise me.
By that, I mean, it sounds crazy, but like with Halo, for example, the little grunts on Halo, they literally hired a pug to make pug noises into a microphone for them to use that as the baseline and then edit it into what would then be the grunt noises.
Imagine a pug making more money than us.
Literally! That pug is making bank for sure.
Yeah.
Golden Throne, Golden Bones, Golden... I don't know, Balls, why not? Golden Balls, that was a good TV show, wasn't it?
Split or steal!
Oh, I split.
I'm 100% going to steal.
Oh, tartar sauce.
Oh, tartar sauce.
Anyway, yeah, how are you doing, Kai?
I'm alright, how are you, Fraser?
I'm doing good, yeah. How was your week off last week? We both had a week off last week because Kai was seeing his family. He was seeing his mum for the first time in bloody ages, so it's completely understandable to stick your family first. And, I mean, it was good for me as well because I had a week off. But yeah, tell us about your week last week.
So, last week, my mum came down on Sunday, I think it was. And we went out for a nice bit of food in the evening. Took Coda out for a walk afterwards.
Had she met Coda before? She had, hasn't she?
Yeah, she met him once before.
Okay.
And this time we went out kind of a different end of the beach. So, like, much further on than we usually would. We went for about an hour with him. And it was a really nice day, really nice like sunset and everything, and he properly enjoyed it because this is when we had like the nice heat wave as well, which is now gone and it is fucking freezing.
It's just vanished all of a sudden. Feels like spring.
It's so cold. It is so cold. It's today right here, right now. It's 15 degrees. It was 30 degrees 2 or 3 days ago.
Yeah, literally the exact same here.
Awful. But then we went for a walk with him. Then because she'd driven down from Scotland, it's about an 8-hour drive. I let her go like early, obviously, and we met back up the next morning. And then on that morning, we went down to a really nice beach. It's Broadstairs Beach. It's kind of like Eastern Kent, I guess, is a good way to put it. And it's like the nicest beach in Kent, probably. It's all sandy. There's like things going on there constantly as well. It's so nice. We hung out there for a bit, got an ice cream, then we went out for some food again, same night. Then the next day we went to Thorpe Park.
Well, hey!
And just saying, if we ever go to Thorpe Park on any day, I know the best way to do it.
Okay, go on then, spill the beans.
You know how you usually go and like if you've got like if you go and buy a ticket, it's like 50 something pounds roughly, yeah? But like you can get those 2-for-1 ones.
Yeah.
So what you do is you get one of those 2-for-1 tickets, and obviously that splits the price already to about £25 each or something like that. So you do that, and then you can get a thing called like the Adrenaline Fast Pass, which is something like 40 quid, right? So it's still pretty hefty in price, but it's not too bad because then that kind of makes it like £10 more than the normal ticket.
Yeah.
And that gets you on 5 rides. So it gets you on Stealth, Saw, Nemesis Inferno, The Swarm, and Colossus, which are like the 5 big rides there. Yeah?
Every single time I hear Nemesis Inferno, I cannot help but think of the In-Betweeners. Just that one scene with Will on the front row.
Oh, it's good. It's good. But yeah, if you get that adrenaline fast pass, you get to like skip all the queues, and like all the queues already. We got there at about 11 o'clock in the morning, I think, because it's about an hour and a half, 2 hour drive from here.
Yeah.
So we got there about 11 o'clock, and we didn't use our fast passes to start off because the queues were quite empty on the like when you first get there. Also, another trick: anyone that's going, if you do want to go, do not bring a bag with you because the queues for the bag search are huge. Like you'll be in them for about at least an hour or two.
Oh, sod that then.
So what you do, bring a Tesco's or Sainsbury's carrier bag with you, take everything in your pockets, and you get to skip all those queues. We were in like 3 minutes.
That is such a good idea.
And then we just put all of our stuff in this carrier bag for the rest of the day.
What, so the carrier bags doesn't get search?
No, because you just put it in your pocket.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, so you put it all in your pockets, then you go through, and then you take out that little plastic bag, stick it all back in there, and just carry that around.
Yeah.
That is such a good way of doing it.
It's so clever, and I'm never gonna bring a bag with me there ever again because of that. Like literally, I think me and Sherry went last year, and like we brought a bag with us, and it took us about 45 minutes to get through.
Oh, sod that.
So
it's awful.
Yeah, but like I said, we were through in like 20 minutes. No, 2 minutes even. So if you ever go, bring a carrier bag in your pocket. There is like a scanner that you have to walk through. And
but that's fine. The scanner's nothing though.
Well, yeah, but like you take your
airport
stuff out your pockets, put it in like a little tray, go through the scanner, and then pick your stuff back up, and then that gets you through so much quicker. But yeah, if this is like the key tips if you're ever gonna go, carry a bag. Get an adrenaline fast pass because you get on everything afterwards, and if you get there about 11 o'clock as well, or like somewhere between 10 and 11, you can get on all like the like quiet rides at the beginning before their queues get massive.
Yeah.
Like when we got there, the first thing we went on was the detonator, which is like the big drop one.
Right. Yeah.
And we queued for about 20 minutes for that. And then we went on. What did we go on? We went on something. I can't remember what we went on, and we might have used one of our fast passes on like Nemesis or something. After that, and then we went on the river rapids. We went on to the swarm, stealth, all of this stuff. We got to skip all the queues. We went on the Walking Dead ride, which is there now. We didn't get to go on the Black Mirror or Darren Brown thing because they're ticketed or whatever, so you have to like scan in. And they were all sold out, or like all the slots were taken already by like 11:30, so we missed that. But otherwise, yeah. Adrenaline fast track plus your half price ticket, proper like easy solution to getting on everything.
Definitely going to bear that in mind because I've been looking at potentially going to some theme park over the summer.
Can I come?
Yeah,
let's go. Why not? Fuck it.
Of course. Like I want to go somewhere. I want to do more things. So
let's do it.
Yeah. When?
Next month.
Tomorrow.
It's Sunday tomorrow. It'll be too busy.
Tomorrow. No, we'll get something planned. I want to go and do something. That's for sure. Whether it's
next month.
Fort Park or Alton Towers. Though Alton Towers is so far away.
Yeah, Fort Park is kind of like halfway between both of us, I think.
Yeah, I think it's like hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from me. Yeah, so that's not too bad.
Exactly the same here. So pretty good. But like we were done by like we left at 4:30ish. Back home. Yeah. I got back home about 6. So
that is pretty good.
That was really good because we missed like all the rush hour traffic and stuff as well.
Nice.
So yeah, nice and easy. That was a really good day. Then the next day it was a really hot day. I think it was like 30-something degrees as well. So we
love a good heat wave.
Oh, we bloody do. So we went to get some breakfast. Then we hung out in Canterbury for a bit. And we sat in their like really nice garden like area there. Like in the sun for a couple of hours, and then we came back home, and we saw one of our old friends who's not very well, like dead, like they're dying basically. Right. To put it in the nicest way. So we went and visited them, and then we had some more dinner. Went to watch the sunset. Had a McFlurry on the beach.
Oh, that sounds like bliss. McFlurries on beaches.
Was so good. That was so good. And then after that, we said goodbye. And then in the morning, had some breakfast. And then my mum drove home.
Gosh, you've had quite a busy week then.
That was a busy week. And then that same day when my mum drove home was the most boring day I've had in weeks. Because after that, I was like, well, now what do I do?
You come to Thorpe Park with me!
Oh, I will come to Thorpe Park with you. 100%.
Hell yeah.
100%. Next month, let's do it. Why not?
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll get something planned, that's for sure.
Yeah. Let's get a few people going. Why not?
Right, it's happening.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
that
good.
includes everybody here on the podcast. You're all invited.
Yeah, go on. Why not? Come say hello.
Lovely.
Oh.
Yeah, sounds like a really good week.
But yeah, that was my week last week. What did you get up to last week, sir?
Oh gosh, what did I get up to last week? So, nothing exciting as per, but I did go into work, like actually into the office, because I need to do some things whilst I was, I just can't do it at home. I was the only one that was there from IT, so it was quite weird to be there, but like not be with anyone at the same time. Whereas a few months before I went there and there's like 3 other people and I was like, oh, this is actually quite nice. But no, I was there pretty much by myself in IT. It was quite nice to be in, to be honest, and it was the first full day I'd spent there. Because the last 2 times I went, one was a year ago and the other time was like the very start of this year. Last 2 times I went, it was only like half days. It was only there for a little bit. But no, this time around it was the first full day, and it was nice to like even just spend lunch in Bristol. I didn't do anything fancy. I literally just went out, got a meal deal, sat in the park, and then had a walk around. I was like, oh, this actually feels really nice. Like I'm outside, I'm just chilling. Sure, the weather wasn't that good. It was just cloudy. But it was nice to be in a completely different place.
For sure.
To what's normal. So that was pretty much the majority of that. But on the same day, I also went to go and see my nan because she had her 80th birthday.
Yay!
Which is great.
Happy birthday, Fraser's nan.
Yeah, she was well happy. She saw loads of people, and she had so many cards that even I'm jealous because like I've never seen that many cards ever. Where she literally got some from obviously all her relatives, bunch of different friends, all of her neighbours, literally anyone she'd ever met. She got cards from, and she had literally like 3-4 tables full of cards. And I was like, bloody hell, this is mental. I've not seen this since like primary school. Or if we put like all of our Christmas cards together, you get the general idea.
Oh, I get the general idea.
Yeah, after that, we talked about this on the podcast. I think it was 2 podcasts ago, or it was 3 podcasts ago.
I remember it.
I can't remember which one it was. I actually went to Moo Milk. Moo Milk. I talked about this on the podcast, and I was like, I've been thinking about going to this place. It's really cool because you get to go and get like milkshakes and support the farm directly. And I was like, I'm actually going to go. I'm actually going to go and do it because like I was in the general area. I was in Bristol because of working that day. So I drove that way. I went to get the milkshake, and oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.
I was going to ask, is it good?
It's so popular as well. Like
Was
it's
it busy?
literally. It wasn't busy, but it's popular, that's for sure. I went there at literally 8 in the evening, so I was expecting like barely anyone there, if anyone. I went there at 8 in the evening.
What day was this?
This is on a Thursday.
The Thursday that's just gone.
Yeah, so Thursday evening.
So
I went there.
Was the weather all right for you on Thursday? Because here it was really bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't raining at all. There was absolutely no rain. It was just a cloudy day.
Fair.
Okay, yeah. So I went there on a Thursday evening. And I was expecting, this time of night, surely nobody's going to be here. I was wrong. I was 3rd in the queue when I was arrived, because this is literally in a pub car park. It's like in a little shed in a pub car park. I was 3rd in the queue. At the very front, there were these 2 girls who got a milkshake each.
Well, you'd hope so from a milkshake place.
Well, they could have just milk, but, you know,
they come out with just a
boring.
big cow instead.
Don't call the girls a cow. Anyway, and then there was this guy in front of me who literally had 3 bottles.
Oh my god.
And he filled up, each bottle's literally like 1 litre, so that's 2 pints. He filled up 3 bottles of milkshake, and then I went and did it myself. Obviously, that was my first time. It's really cool. It's so self-service. You have this like really fancy vendor machine where you pay for the bottle if you don't already have one. And what it does is it rotates the vendor machine and then dispenses a bottle for you. It opens a door and you take it out the door. It's so cool.
That is amazing.
And then, yeah, you go to the syrups, you pump down on the syrups, you pump in whatever you want. They've got so many different syrups available. It's usually 6 per day, but like sometimes you put out all 12. I obviously went with chocolate because I'm basic and I wanted to try something that wasn't too adventurous to begin with. There was things like coffee, there was chocolate orange, there was strawberry, there was vanilla. I think even cream egg might have been out that day. I might be wrong, but I know cream egg's even an option. And then you go to the milk machine, you select that you've got a milkshake, and then you hold your bottle to the dispenser. It dispenses the milk in, you seal it up, and off you go. Yeah. So I've got my milkshake, and oh my god, it's so good. And then the guy behind me, as I was leaving, he said, I've only got 8% on my phone. I don't know how I'm going to be able to do all of this in time. I was like, you only need to make 2 transactions. I didn't say anything, obviously. But you literally need to make 2 transactions if you don't have a bottle. He literally bought like 6 bottles. Oh my god. He was refilling 6 bottles of milkshake.
So is it that good that you want to go and refill it all the time?
Yeah, clearly. And if a family owns 6 bottles, bear in mind a bottle's $2.25 each.
Yeah.
That means the family has spent, my quick maths is not good at the moment, but they spent around £14 on milk bottles, branded milk bottles. Oh my God. So, yeah, fair play to them if they want to get that. I obviously only got the one, but I think, you know what, I might actually get a second one. And my family are like, that actually tastes good. We're really interested. So I think we've now started a trend in the family. And if more people go, then it's definitely going to be the responsibility to fill up for everybody else as well. So you can see can see how people easily catch on to it. And probably how easily the family behind me had like 6 bottles.
There's always got like some ingredient in it that's like an addiction or whatever, you know? Well, like, make you keep coming back for more.
Well, the other thing which makes it so good is obviously because it comes straight from the cow, no doubt it is full fat milk.
Oh, for sure.
So it is the creamiest milk there is, and it tastes so good. so good. So I'm looking forward to trying more flavours next time, but I'm glad that I even went. What else happened for my week? Nothing else really happened. But like I've been trying to plan ahead for things as well. So like I'm planning to go on some more trips at some point. I want to go. Well, obviously I'm waiting for you.
I'm waiting for you. You're coming to my house. I'm not coming to.
You've been busy the last 3 weeks.
I have.
And you're busy next week as well.
My July though is so empty right now, so I am ready.
So you give me a weekend, and I will most likely show up if I'm not doing anything that weekend. Yeah. Because I need to go and do things now. I've barely done anything this year. Let's put it this way. My manager has told me, like, he sent me a message this week saying something along the lines of, "Hi Fraser, please can you book off some holiday soon?" Because literally since the start of this year, our holiday year literally runs from January to December, whereas some holiday years run for the financial years, or so from the moment you join to from like the next year onwards, if that makes sense. But yeah, our holiday year literally runs from January to December, and in this year, I have taken off the 5 days that I carried over from last year. Because I couldn't find a use for any of those 5 days last year, so I brought over 5 days. I need to use them by March, and other than that, I have not used a single day of my holiday allowance.
I know what days halfway through the year. Off.
What days?
The 26th and 26th.
26th and the 26th.
26th of July.
26th of July. Yes. See, I can use that then. Then.
Smart big brain.
I have actually got like some holiday booked, but it's not being used. So like if Insomnia went ahead, I had Tuesday the 31st of August booked off. And obviously I've got my birthday booked off as well. So those are the only 2 days I've actually got booked off, but I've still got like another 5 working weeks to book off. So no wonder my manager's gone and said, you need to use your holiday, because I've genuinely not used anything. I've been trying to make some plans. I know that me and Helena want to go to London at some point.
That'd be good.
So that'll be nice to go there. I know that I want to go and see some friends that I've not seen in ages. Whether that involves traveling or not, like, it doesn't really matter. So like I want to go up to Manchester. It'd be good to go see Thomas there as well. Because I haven't seen Thomas in donkey's years. Haven't seen Cam and Matan literally since the last time I went to Leeds, which I think was it would have been the Insomnia 2019, because I'm pretty sure I went Leeds before that. Never mind. So yeah, I haven't seen them since Insomnia 2019, so that's coming up to 2 years. Haven't seen Sherry since then as well.
I'm seeing her on Monday.
Yeah, well, enjoy travelling on Monday.
I will.
Who else haven't I seen? I mean, Kendall, she's in a completely different country, so that makes perfect sense as to why I've not seen her.
Yep.
It's mainly the Insomnia lot that I've not seen. I haven't really seen people outside of that. So, I want to make plans to go see more friends. I saw Seki in October 2020, so it'd be nice to go see him at some point as well.
I saw Aiden a couple of weeks ago.
Yep, saw Aiden most recently, so definitely want to go see Aiden again, but also in no rush because I've ticked him off my list now, which is great. Don't worry, Aiden, I still do want to go and see you, but that's not me going, piss off, I've seen you now. No, let's make some more plans. It's nice. I think we're definitely going to see each other soon anyway, because Black Widow's coming out in cinemas, and I want to go and see Black Widow. But otherwise... this is a section that we've got later on when we talk about COVID, but we might as well talk about it now. I'm also planning like things that I want to do in terms of like going abroad. So I'm hoping that the Green List review that's coming up soon, I think it's on the 24th, which would be Thursday this week, so the day after this is released. I'm pretty sure it's 24th, I might be wrong. They're doing a Green List review, so they might say these countries now on the Green List you can travel. And I think we're going to see a nice increase in the amount of places we can go to. But then, of course, there's going to be some issues, probably, I reckon, with our cases massively increasing at the moment. They might reject us into the countries rather than us saying we cannot go. So hopefully the Green List review will happen soon, and then I want to go abroad to, like, maybe, I don't know, Spanish Island would be nice.
Yeah, they're always
just
good.
somewhere nice. Arranging a nice little holiday for a week or something.
Yeah, somewhere away from here.
And I want some friends to go, obviously, but if friends don't go, then fuck it, I'll go by myself. I want to go away.
Fair, yeah.
So if you want to come away to a Spanish island or something with me, feel free to join me.
Are you talking to me or the audience?
No, I'm not talking to... inviting a bunch of strangers on a plane, departing Bristol Airport next week. See you there.
You know what? I probably would, but I have got so much like booked for holiday this year.
Boo!
I don't think I can.
Boo!
Obviously, I'm away in September if that can happen, and then October as well.
Yeah? You haven't got anything planned for July or August?
Yeah, to be fair, I could, but then I got to get all my work done in like a day.
That's okay.
Well, we'll see.
You can take your laptop with you. You can edit on the balcony.
I don't want to do that.
That'd be cool.
That'd be so boring for a holiday.
That would be boring. Go on, you know you wanna. We haven't had a lads' holiday since mid 2019.
If I can, I will. I promise.
Right, there we go. He's promised. He's basically saying yes. When there's a will, there's a way. And that, everybody listening, is how you convince your friends to come on holiday with you. Disclaimer: this is not the tactics I use to invite people to Orlando. People are genuinely interested.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm going again.
Exactly. Anyway, moving very swiftly on to the next segment. But before we do that, we're going to do the secret word. And for this week's secret word, do you know what? We're going to do it slightly differently. We're going to say a secret word, and then we're going to shout at the people from last week. This week's secret word is going to be... Drum roll. Milk!
Milk! Oh.
Tweet milk to @StuckInAPodcast. That's a secret word this week.
Did you ever see that advert a long time ago, which was like Cravendale or whatever? It was like, milk, 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 milk.
That rings a bell in my head there.
So good.
Although that also reminds me of Crusher.
I want some Crusher.
Give me some Crusher.
It tastes so great.
Makes a great milkshake.
Yeah.
We love Crusher. Thank you as well to everybody that tweeted the secret word from 2 weeks ago as well. We literally said the secret word last week was tweet us @StuckInAPodcast to @StuckInAPodcast. So you just tweeted us our handle. And bit confusing, but we did have Peter, Captain Kai, and Sal, Animal Lover, who all tweeted @StuckInAPodcast to @StuckInAPodcast.
Thank you, guys.
So GG you lot. So you've all got the secret word for this week. Tweet us that to our Twitter account. Anyway, So the next segment, we did promise we were going to do a vaccine review because as of the previous episode that went out before this one on the 10th of June,
Yes.
Kai was vaccinated at that point, and I wasn't.
Was it
Not the 10th, sorry. The 9th, sorry. Yeah. Kai was vaccinated at that point, and I wasn't. But since then, I have since been vaccinated!
Yay!
Literally 2 days later, I got vaccinated because of an error, it seems. It was advertised as an 18 plus walk-in event for people in Somerset to attend this place and get their vaccines. It turns out the newspaper made a mistake and they put the headlines as 18 plus when it was actually all eligible adults at the time, which was 25 plus.
Right.
So a few people turned up saying that they were walking and they were under the eligible age, but they couldn't refuse them because obviously it was advertised that way. But when you go onto the website from the next day onwards, the newspaper corrected their mistake, and also they had to make it very clear on the NHS website that this was for eligible adults 25 plus. So because of this very limited error, very limited time error which appeared, I managed to get my vaccine.
Oh, very lucky.
So that's good news. I mean, it's fine now because literally 1 week later, they, actually less than 1 week later, they said anyone 23 and above can book in their vaccines and then 21 plus. And now all adults in the UK can get vaccinated, which is absolutely incredible. They beat their target. And the site that we were using to track when we would get our first jab, it was actually bloody accurate.
Yeah, it was pretty... do you know what? I think mine, though, isn't.
Oh, do you not think so?
Are you talking about Omni Calculator or whatever?
Whichever one you were sending me, yeah.
Yeah, whenever I look on there at the moment, it says I'm still expected to get mine in 10 days.
Oh, well, that just goes to show they're ahead of schedule then.
Yeah, they are very ahead. It says the first one between the 29th of June to the 31st of July. So mine might is about actually 20 days in advance.
If you didn't have early access in your area,
that would
and
right.
you went according to schedule, you would have probably booked yours 2 days ago.
Yes.
And if you booked yours 2 days ago, there is sometimes a lead time of between 1 to 2 weeks.
Yes.
So that might have been near the expected date.
Yeah, I think they're pretty accurate with it. I think I just got very lucky that they were doing 18 plus here.
Definitely. Yeah, very lucky there. So yeah, we did promise a vaccine review. So, starting off with Kai, go for it. Review your vaccine. How did it go?
It was really easy. I walked in. No, I drove in. We drove in, and I sat in the car. And it's the difference between mine and Fraser's are. Fraser had to park up, did you?
Yes.
And then get out and then wait for 15 minutes afterwards. Mine
Actually
was
walk into
you
a
drive
centre.
through, and they do it through the window of your car, which is a bit different, but fine. Except my one, the lady was too short, so they did it through the door of the car. So I had to open the door. Yeah, we went through to that. I think it took, I don't know, there was like a queue of a couple of cars. Someone had like 5 people in their car that were all getting their vaccination done in front of us, so it took a little bit longer. But yeah, we just drove through, had my arm up, and the lady was having a nice chat with me. She said, "Oh, God, your mask is the best one I've seen so far today." And I was like, "Oh, thanks." I was like, "You got to have some fun with it." And I was like, "Yeah." But yeah, then she was like asking if I've had COVID or anything, and I was like, "No." And then she was like, "Okay, well, here we go. You might feel a tiny pinch," and I didn't even realise she'd done it. She just put it in, and it was done. And she was like, "All done," and I was like, "Oh." And I'm looking at my arm now, and I can still see like a tiny dot of where it was, but
I'm gonna check now.
It's a very, very, very small dot.
Yeah.
But otherwise, it's all good. Very easy. Sat and waited for 15 minutes afterwards. All fine. Got my card, drove off. And yeah, next one for me is that they are now doing 8 weeks apart. So my next one is on the 4th of August.
Nice.
Yeah. or it could be slightly earlier as well, depending on if they have the vaccines a couple of days before.
That'll be cool.
But yeah, mine's gonna be the first week of August, my second one. So then I'll be fully vaccinated by September, like in terms of it having full effect.
Which is fantastic news.
It's amazing. So pretty good. How was yours, Fraser?
So, as Kai mentioned, I didn't have a drive-in one. I went into, I drove up to a place, and we got out of the car. I say we, only me. I got out of the car, went into the place, said I was a walk-in. They let me in the queue, basically. And then, it took me over to this little cubicle. They then explained the potential side effects of COVID. And they said, they basically got me registered on the system as well. Like, what's your name? Blah, 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 blah. And then they're like, right, are you ready to go ahead? You have to say yes to go ahead. After they explain the side effects that could potentially happen.
But it's not very common, it doesn't look like.
No,
everyone that
do
I
you know
that's
what?
got this one, I don't know anyone that's been had any bad reactions or anything like that.
So I'll read out the side effects here, because I got an information booklet about the jab I had specifically. So I had the Pfizer jab, and it says here the possible side effects. Bear in mind, this document was published before I had it, by a few months. I can't remember where the date is. Bloody hell, where's the date gone? I think the date was sometime in March 2021. So this document is a few months old. This leaflet was last revised March 2021. Okay, so as of March 2021, it says the side effects for the Pfizer vaccine. The very common ones may affect more than 1 in 10 people. Pain at injection site, tiredness, headache, muscle pain, chills, joint pain, or fever. Common ones may affect 1 in 10 people. Injection site swelling, redness at injection site, and nausea. The uncommon ones may affect 1 in 100 people. Enlarged lymph nodes, I don't even know what they are, or just generally feeling unwell. Rare side effects may affect 1 in 1,000 people. Temporary one-side facial drooping. And then the ones that it doesn't know, it says it cannot be estimated from the available data as severe allergic reaction. So that's clearly loads more rare than 1 in 1,000 people.
For 1 million or something like that.
And literally, out of everybody I spoke to, because I now know of about 10, 15 people who've had the Pfizer vaccine, literally everybody has said the only thing they felt was just an achy arm generally for the next few days. Yeah.
That was the same with me. It was it wasn't really achy. It was just if you kind of raised it, I don't know, above maybe if you get a protractor or something like that, put it straight down your arm, and you get that 180 degrees or whatever. If you get yours to about 100 degrees, that's where it would start to be a bit achy for me. Yeah, that actually makes sense. Yeah, I'd say about 90 degrees you start realising that your arm's a bit achy, and then at 100 degrees you're okay, now there you go, now it's properly there. You can probably feel the bruise or something in your arm. But that's about it, really. There was nothing else which happened. And that's pretty much my entire family now has had their first jab, which is great news. My next one is a very similar date to yours. I can't remember the exact date, but it's one of the first weekends in August, which is great news. The main reason we wanted to talk about this and actually review the vaccines is we want to make sure that you are at ease. If you have any concerns with the vaccine, we want to make sure that we're kind of putting them aside, because we've both had it now. We've both had our experiences. We've had the jab, and do you know what? I didn't even mention how the jab went. Completely didn't even feel it either. Yeah, I felt when she was touching my arm. Yeah, and then that's about it. There's no sharp pain. You couldn't feel anything sharp going into your arm at all. There was no stabbing pain. It was just over and done with. And then she said it was done. And then I was like, are you sure? It feels like it's still in. It just turns out it was just her pinching my skin. Yeah. At the very end, because she was just seeing if it would bleed, so she should know if she could put a cotton swab on it or not. Yeah. Because some people bleed, some people don't. I was a bleeder, unfortunately, but my sister wasn't. Get a cotton swab. I had a little tiny drop of blood on mine, but that was it.
All right. Well, that's not too bad then.
A cotton swab or anything.
But otherwise, they also give you this little NHS vaccination what to expect leaflet from when you're waiting for 15 minutes. They gave you a little leaflet about the vaccine itself. And then I also got a lovely I've had my COVID vaccination sticker, which is now sitting on my Discord Wumpus plushie.
I didn't get any of them.
You didn't get... What? You didn't even get a booklet?
No.
No way. That means you don't get to see the cheesy stage old people. that the NHS booklet gives you. I'm showing Kai on camera now. It is literally the most generic old people pose for an NHS leaflet. And then, there's literally like a 4-page A4 document which tells you everything about the vaccine.
I didn't get any of them.
And then, the sticker is like a lovely little pink and blue heart with a crown in the middle with "I've had my COVID vaccination" surrounding it. Aww. So, wow, do you know what? Next time, when you go for your second one, you're not allowed to leave without demanding a sticker, because you technically haven't had a vaccination until you got proof of the sticker.
Well, I've got the card.
That don't matter. That's fake. That's just literally there as like a little, gift from the gift shop. The sticker is what tells you you've had your vaccine.
Yeah, fair enough.
So you gotta get your sticker next time, Kai.
I'll get my sticker next time, Fraser.
But I'm more than happy to answer any questions if people have any questions about like how it went. So feel free to tweet us on Twitter at FraserIRL at Kai Ross-Best. We'll speak to the heavens basically about how it was. We could talk about any concerns as well that we may have had, like absolutely no problem. So if you have any questions, just let us know. But hopefully by the time this podcast goes out, a lot of our 18 plus listeners will have put their first vaccine by now. Yes. Obviously it can be nerve-wracking. There is absolutely no surprise if you feel nervous. That's completely understandable if you feel nervous. But the main,
you want like some ease as well, one of our friends that's terrified of needles, she got hers, and she's like, I was texting her while she was getting it, and she said it was absolutely fine. Yeah, absolutely no problems there. I know you're on about there.
Yes. Yeah, there's quite a few people who've been like that, like, oh, I hate needles, and then they're like, oh, this literally wasn't a big deal at all. Yeah. So yeah, more than happy to talk about. The main thing is, if you're worried about like pain, there is no pain. If you do feel pain, that's a bit unlucky, but it's definitely more often than not that nobody feels pain.
Yes.
And it's safe to say, I've had, how many injections I've had in my lifetime? Obviously, you get the one when you're very younger. I've had 4 memorable injections in my lifetime. One when you're in secondary school, when you have MMR. I've had 2 local anesthetics in my face. And I've had this COVID vaccine. And this COVID vaccine is the most painless and easiest vaccine I've ever had in my life.
Easily. I'd say a blood test is more painful.
Oh, definitely.
Like, every time I've had like a blood test or something like that, that's been worse for me. This was nothing. This was literally just in, out, done.
Check it all about. Yeah, shake your arm after. It helps to get the blood flowing again.
Have a little exercise with your arm. It's all good.
Anyway, so I think that's
last thing I think to say.
Yeah.
Which is kind of related to what we were on about earlier with like holidays and stuff and the green list. They said today that they are thinking of scrapping the 10-day quarantine period if you've had both your vaccinations.
Interesting.
So it's possible next month we could see that could happen.
Very interesting. Now it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. I think there's not enough information as it is.
There's not. I guess we're kind of like running off of like what America's doing at the moment as well, because they're very open again now.
Right.
Like, everywhere. And if you've had both your injections, you don't need to wear a mask. You can travel again, no problem. So I guess we're kind of seeing them as like the test dummies, I guess. You know? But
like at the same time, it's so strange to say it, but we literally have pretty much the same amount of cases per day as America does.
Yeah.
America, for the last, let's sort by 30 days real quick, because they're a bit inconsistent of their reporting. They were, 30 days ago, they were averaging about 25,000 to 30,000 cases daily. But for the last week, they've had, or last 2 weeks, let's say, they've had between 12 to 20,000 cases. And considering the population difference, they have definitely got a much lower cases per 100,000 than England.
For sure. I think one thing that they're ahead of compared to us is more, obviously we've got less people in the entire country than they have.
Yeah.
And more of their country have had both vaccinations because they've had it open for 18 plus pretty much everywhere since like March.
Yeah.
So that's probably one thing to like work off there as well.
So I think we've just got to keep our fingers crossed at the moment that things do recover here in the UK, and hopefully there's a lot more evidence that the vaccinations will help to reduce the spread. I don't think there is any evidence at the moment, but hopefully there will be some like takings from it. Like, this is just the hope for good news. There's no news on this at all. There's just hope for good news that the vaccinations help to reduce the spread. Because if so, then I reckon that could help to open up the world a lot more when the rest of the world's had their vaccines as well.
For sure.
Anyway, that's all for this week's episode. Thanks so much for listening to this week's episode of... Don't forget to follow us on our Twitters at Kai Ross-Best and at FraserIRL. Follow us on our main podcast Twitter as well, at Stuck in a Podcast. We tweet out every single time there's a new episode that's live. And as well as that, any episodes where we have community interaction, we tweet out over there as well. So that is a place to go to for the interactive episodes. Make sure you also follow us here on Spotify and turn on notifications. Because if you don't turn on notifications, you may miss an episode. But if you do follow, then I think you'll at least get it on your home feed. But notifications, then you know as soon as it goes live, you'll get a Spotify bell ding thing saying, yes, hello, we have a new episode from Help Us Suck on the Podcast. So make sure you go and follow us here and turn on notifications. We upload every single Wednesday unless something goes wrong, like this wasn't exactly wrong, but Kai spent time with his family, which is perfectly understandable. But normally we upload every single Wednesday, so keep your eyes peeled for the next one, and also keep your ears peeled for the next one, because if you don't have your ears peeled, then you're not going to be able to listen. Anything else from you, Kai?
Nah, not really.
Until next time, thanks so much for listening, and don't forget to get your vaccine, bitch.
Woo, bitch.